Hey, this is Zach from DIYGolfer.com, and in today's video, I have a topic that is very near and dear to my heart to talk about, and that is, what do you do when you show up to the golf course, or maybe you're mid-round, and your swing just seems to leave you completely. You feel like you're going right, left, not even hitting the ball solidly, maybe not even contacting the ball. While some rounds you're not going to be able to fix this, there are 3 or 4 keys that I like to cycle through when this happens to me that on occasion will help me break out of it, as you'll see in this round. Today I'm coming to you from Majestic Springs Golf Club just outside of Cincinnati, Ohio. You can find a link in the description to this course's page on localgolfspot.com, which is the easiest way to find new golf courses in your local area, or if you're planning a golf trip, finding courses in different locations. So be sure to check that out. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we're going to be talking about what do you do when the golf swing just entirely leaves you. You feel like you can't even make contact, you're hitting it right, you're hitting it left, pretty much everything is fair game. Now, you might say, well, Zach, it's easy for you to say. You're not hitting a ton of bad shots here, but I can assure you, I have struggled with this for a lot of years, and I've thought about this a lot and tried to come up with strategies for getting out of it when things just don't feel right. So I'm going to walk you through 3 of the things that I cycle through as a way to try to work through it. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes I'll get to the end of the round and just nothing felt good the whole time and I couldn't get out of it. But in this particular round, I was able to find something in my swing kind of cycling through this checklist. So the very first thing that I do when things feel off is look at my tempo and try to focus on making a very rhythmic swing, going back and through. I even sometimes will count during my swing. So when I pull the club back, I count 1. When I get to the top, I count 2. And when I make impact, I count 3. This is all in my head, but just going through that, trying to focus on syncing the swing up, because a lot of times your swing is fine. It's just you're not sequencing it correctly. So that is a very good first place to go when things don't feel right. Now, before I get into the second key, just wanted to let you know that you can go to my site and get a free personalized practice plan. So the link to that is in the description. Just fill out a few questions on this quiz and I will send you a practice plan tailored to your skill level in game. And with that, let's go back to the second key that I focus on. And that second key is my takeaway. Now, this may not apply to everyone, but something that I've always struggled with is, I get a little bit inside or a little bit outside and it gets my swing started on a bad plane. And then from there, I just have no way to recover. So what I'll do before my shots is kind of just trace my backswing, just the first couple of feet. And you can even put an alignment stick or a club down and try to trace the butt end of the club as if there was a laser coming out of it and try to trace that straight line. And that will at least give you an idea of, am I too far inside, too far outside? And then occasionally I will try to have a little swing thought if I do figure something out there. So that was what happened in this specific round. I tried the tempo stuff and it just wasn't doing it for me. So I kind of moved on to that second bullet point in the checklist and realized that I was coming a little outside to in and my stance was a little closed. So the key that I was trying to focus on for the rest of this round, and you're going to start to see a little bit more consistent golf shots, more online, is setting up to the ball a little bit more open than I was and focusing on just getting the club started a little bit inside. And I know you don't want to have too many swing thoughts, so that was the only swing thought I had for the remainder of this round on those full swings. Got to keep it simple, otherwise it's just going to really get in your head and make it worse. And finally, the third point on our checklist, the third thing that I will go through when this happens to me during a round, if the first 2 things do not work, is thinking about a steady center. Now, there is a difference between a steady center and keeping your head down the whole time. I don't want you to keep your head down the whole time. You're going to injure yourself. It's not the right way to do it. Steady center is a little bit different. I'm thinking about keeping my head just centered over the golf ball during the whole swing. The opposite of that would be a sway back and forth. And what happens in the golf swing, when you sway, you are shifting the low point of your golf swing during the backswing, and then you have to bring it back in the downswing. So not only are you trying to swing on plane, you're also trying to move the low point and time that up absolutely perfectly. And that is a very common thing to happen to golfers. Even, the best of the best out there will kind of have this tendency every once in a while. So that is a great third item on the checklist to go through. You can just have that swing key of, stay centered over the ball, and my only swing thought is that. So that was not what happened in this round, but hopefully those 3 keys will help you get out of that slump when you get into it next. And believe me, I know the golf swing is not going to feel great every time you go out. Heck, it's probably not going to feel good pretty much any time you go out, and it's going to take many years. You have to, really work at this game before you have more frequent times out on the golf course where the swing feels great. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments if you did, if you like this format, and I'll see you in the next video.